Check.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Welcome to the Summer of Saints. Not those saints. We're talking about the St. Paul Saints. Listen every Friday morning all summer long. We're sending you and a friend to CHS Field to see the Saints, courtesy of Hinckley Firehouse. Listen to win all summer. The Summer of Saints. Throwing heat all summer long. Thanks to the Hinckley Firehouse and WCMP.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Joe Faber Field here in St. Cloud for today's Section 6AA playoff matchup between the Foley Falcons and the Melrose Dutchmen. Ethan Game Day Gilman here, and I'll be bringing you all the action from this playoff matchup here at Joe Faber Field in St. Cloud. Should be a great day for some baseball, a beautiful, beautiful weather outside here today, and again, for some 6AA baseball here in St. Cloud. It's not too bad outside. We got a nice little breeze out there as well out on the field. Sitting at about 70 degrees. Just a great day for some baseball here. But again, winner of this one will move on to the quarterfinals, and they will play the winner of Piers and St. Cloud Cathedral. Those two teams set to take the field after this game at about 7 p.m. So, Foley looking at the number 2 seed. They have had a very good season up to this point. They are 17-4, including that one win in the playoffs. To start the season, they fell to Little Falls, who is still in their playoffs in Section 8 3A. After that loss, they won 3 straight, then lost to Becker, who is a very tough team in their own right. Then they won against Albany, and then lost to Piers. That is one of their 2 section losses on the season for Foley. That Piers loss was one of only 2. Then they would go on a 7-game winning streak, beating teams. They beat 4 teams, by 10 or more points. Those were Malacca, Osakis, Royalton, and Mora. Then after that 7-game winning streak, they did lose to Holdingford, the section's number 1 seed here in this section. And then they would not lose again after that loss to Holdingford in the regular season, beating Albany, Kimball, Piers, Pequot Lakes, and Malacca. They did beat Osakis here in the first round of the playoffs, 5-2 on their home field just yesterday. That was a 5-2 victory, and they beat Osakis in the regular season 29-3, so a bit of a change there. But they will look to play against Melrose here this afternoon, a team who they did not see during the regular season, so this will be a first for both of these teams seeing each other. Win and they play again tomorrow in the championship bracket. Will Foley, if not, they will fall and they will have to play in the elimination bracket tomorrow. So it all depends on how this one goes, but they could, if they win, face off against the winner of Piers and St. Cloud Cathedral. That game will take place just after this one. Over on the field across from us, Dick Putz Field, it'll be Holdingford taking on Staples Motley, and Annandale playing against Albany. Annandale beat Eden Valley Watkins, a bit of an upset there. The 13-seeded Annandale beating Eden Valley Watkins 7-6. So a bit of an interesting tale there in Section 6 AA for Annandale. 7-14 on the season, and they beat, again, a very darn good Eden Valley Watkins team at 15-6, so a bit of an upset there as we look forward to our game here, getting our starting lineups for both of these teams. As now we take a look at the starting lineups for the Melrose Dutchmen. Why don't we take a look as well as try to listen to these names. As taking a look for the Melrose Dutchmen, as I were trying to remember their name, the Dutchmen will be led on the mound by Ryden Herdering. Then behind the plate will be number 3, Isaac Rosenberger. Over at first, it will be Daniel Spanier. At second, Sam Wellage. Then at third, Weeloggy. Wow. Weeloggy. That's how you say that one. So at third, Weston Middendorf. Then at short, Max Weeloggy. And then in left, Connor Anderson. In center, Anthony Burscheit. And in right, Braden Dobmeyer. I try to remember all these names and how to pronounce them here for the Melrose Dutchman. Trying to remember them. That's why I always like to do that before. That picks us up again. There it does. So might be interesting. Rain yesterday may have played a factor in the equipment taking a bit of a hit. So hopefully that won't be too much of the case here as we go forward, but we'll keep an eye on it. Taking a look at Foley's starting lineup.
And playing center field for Foley will be number 13, Wyatt.
So technical difficulties.
And the rest of the Foley Falcons coached by Mike Fire.
Foley Falcons getting set to get ready for this game.
Time I ask that you please rise and face the flag out in
And we'll get our
right
national anthem. Then we'll be back here
honor our country with the playing of the
after our
Star
national
Spangled
anthem. Then
Banner.
we'll get started
Our
in
national
this Section
anthem.
6AA matchup.
Melrose and Foley from Joe Faber Field will have the first pitch after this on Bob FM. Melrose and Foley here at Joe Faber Field in St. Cloud.
Foley fans and Melrose fans, if everybody's ready, let's play ball.
So we are back here on nice 95.5 FM, KBEK, getting set for this game here in St. Cloud at Joe Faber Field, where we will see the Foley Falcons getting set to take on the Melrose Dutchmen, as it will get it. The Foley Falcons will get ready to take the field. And the Falcons, again, the number 2 seed. Melrose coming in as the number 7 seed. Bryce Kapinski will be the man of the mound for Foley. And on the other side for the Dutchman, leading off will be Anthony Burscheit. Oh, that will be how this one looks for today for the Foley, or excuse me, both these teams getting set for first pitch again. It's Bryce Kapinski, a very good pitcher.
Foley is coached by Mike Pryor. Good baseball man, Mike Pryor.
The Foley Falcons will be in the field first as the higher seed. They will be the designated home team here this afternoon. Joe Faber Field for this Section 6AA matchup. Foley wearing their all-white uniforms, the blue letters and numbers outlined in the black, blue caps and the black brim, the white logo on the hat. Then for the Dutchmen, their black jerseys, purple letters and numbers outlined in yellow, white pants, and now Anthony Burscheit coming to the plate, leading off for Melrose. And here's the first pitch from Kapinski. It's outside for ball 1. So ball 1 here to Burscheit, and that one is swung on and hit down the left field line and foul. And it'll be 1-1 now for Burscheit, the leadoff batter for Melrose. So a 1-1 count now as we get the ball back in here to Kapinski. Here's the 1-1 delivery from Kapinski, and that one's going to be just low for ball 2. 2-1 now the count to the leadoff man, and here's the pitch from Kapinski. That one's swung on, fouled into the back fence here, and that'll leave the count at 2-2 for the leadoff man from Melrose. 4:34 first pitch. That one swung on and down the third base line. It's going to stay fair, and Burscheit Going to reach.
For Melrose. Just there. I initially thought it might have been a foul ball.
So the
Fair ball.
Next up,
Dutchman will have a runner on
right
first.
fielder number 6, Braden Dopemeyer.
Your shot is on. Gilmore back for Melrose.
Braden Dobemeyer to the plate now.
Swing and a foul straight back.
And this one will be fouled. The back net for strike one.
Forcing it from the Bear shot. The Bear shot is on.
0-1 count, and here's the pitch from Gopinski. That one swung out right to the second baseman. Throw on to first, and it's a double play. That one hit right at the shortstop. He caught it and then threw it on to first for the double play, and it's 2 up and 2 down now.
Now coming to the plate is the catcher, number 3, Isaac Rosenberger.
So a quick 2 outs after the leadoff man was on with a single. Now Isaac Rosenberger to the plate for for Melrose. This one is hit right back up to Gopinski. He'll run it nearly all the way to the first baseman. Underhand it to him for out number 3. So that'll be it for the top first. Melrose did get a base runner on, but they were unable to advance him, and it's a quick 3 outs after he reached due to the double play made there by the shortstop, Derek Damon. So we move now down to the bottom of inning number 1. The Falcons allow 1 hit, no runs, and no errors there in the top of the first. And Foley and Melrose, this is the first time these two teams meeting up here this season. Didn't see each other during the regular season. They'll meet up for the first time here in postseason play. On the mound today for Melrose, Ryan Herdering getting warmed up out there for the Dutchman. It's set to get started for the leadoff man, which will be Bryce Gopinski for the Foley Falcons. Joe Faber Field here in St. Cloud.
So here's Foley now facing the right-hander, Ryan Herdering on the mound for Melrose. Yesterday, Melrose started Max Wayline, and Connor Anderson finished up. Now keep in mind,
We're just going to get
last night, high school baseball uses a pitch count, and they count how many pitches you throw, and then whatever that total is, you compensation days of rest. Yesterday, Max Wayline threw 90 pitches, and so he's not eligible to come back today or tomorrow. Days of rest. For Connor Anderson, though, 50 pitches yesterday, so for that, he required 0 days of rest. So Connor Anderson could possibly come in through the pitch. Now on the other side of it,
Leading off the bottom of the first inning.
So here we go.
Falcons is
Bryce Gopinski.
number 4, Bryce Gopinski.
Bryce Gopinski to the plate now for Foley. A leadoff man and pitcher for the Falcons. And he'll get set in the left-handed batter's box. Herdering with the pitch. Gopinski watches that one low for ball 1. That one's going to be outside for ball 2. 2-0 count to Gopinski now from Herdering. 2-0 pitch on the way. That's going to be inside for ball 3. 3-0 early here for Bryce Kapinski, the leadoff man for Foley and their pitcher today in the left-handed batter's box. Throws right, though. And that one's going to be in on the outside part of the plate for strike one to Kapinski. 3-1 count now for him as the leadoff man here in the bottom of the first. No score. Herdering with the pitch. Kapinski watches that one high, and that will be a walk as that is ball 4. So each team gets their leadoff man on base in different ways. Melrose got a base hit, and Foley with a walk. Now Josiah Peterson to the plate. He's catching for Mr. Kapinski today. Two very good players for this Foley baseball team. Been playing with this team for years now, and they've been part of some very, very solid Foley Falcons team. In fact, only a few years ago, it was the undefeated team that made it to state, but unfortunately were upset there as they got to state and did not go too far. 0-1 count now to Peterson, and Peterson watches that one go by for ball 1, and as the catcher tried to make a grab and throw it down to second, Kapinski is easily into second on the steal. So now a runner on second, nobody out, a 1-1 count for Josiah Peterson. Next one here to Peterson is inside for ball 2. And now 2-1 for Peterson. That one swung on and missed, and it'll be a 2-2 count now. Herdering readies, and here's the 2-2. That one swung on and fouled back out of play. Maybe into the parking lot back there even. That one went a ways backwards. So we'll line up to do it again with a 2-2 count for Josiah Peterson. Herdering readies, and here's the pitch. Peterson swings at that one. Throw on to first is in time for out number 1. And Kapinski will be able to advance to third. He stalled the initial attempt at first for a moment, but the throw on to first was in time for out number 1. But Bryce Kapinski was still able to advance to third. And now with one out, the Falcons have a runner at third. Brett Leach to the plate. That one's going to be outside for ball 1. A nice block there by the catcher, Isaac Rosenberger, to keep that in front and not allow Kapinski a free run at the plate. 1-0 count now for Brett Leach. This one outside as well. Nearly the same spot for a 2-0 count. Herdering back onto the mound. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, and one inside. But a swing and miss by Brett Leach. Now a 2-1 count for the third baseman. Here's the pitch, and Leach will foul this one off behind us. And now we'll even the count for him at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner on at third with one down here in the bottom of the opening stanza. Herdering. Readies. And here's the 2-2 pitch. This one inside. It's going to be fouled back into the netting behind home plate. And Leach will keep himself alive, and it will stay a 2-2 count. Herdering readies once again with the 2-2 And here's the pitch. Leach will get this one off his bat out to center field. That'll be enough for the sac fly as Gapinski will jog on in for the first run of the game. A sac fly for Brett Leach. And now Reed Hermanson to the plate. Nobody on with 2 outs, and a run has scored for the Falcons early in this one. They lead 1-0 in the bottom of inning number 1. So Reed Hermanson now at the plate with 2 down and nobody on. Swings at the first one. That one is flown out towards center, and it is caught by the center fielder for out number 3. So, no hits, no runs. 1 run, no errors by the Falcons there in that one. And the Falcons go into inning number 2 leading 1-0 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. 1-0. So the Falcons will go out and take the field and get set for their turn. Try and hold the Dutchman off, but first we'll get a word from our fine sponsors here on Nice 95.5 KBK.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local. Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Top of the second inning.
Number 17, Weston Middendorf.
And leading off for the Dutchman, Weston Middendorf. Will lead off for the Dutchman, and he fouls this one off down the third base line. Get a new ball in here to Gapinski. Gapinski with this one. It's going to come up low and outside for ball 1 to Mindorf. That one's going to be low again for ball 2. 2-1 count, and the pitch on the way from Gapinski. That one's in there for strike 2. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes for Middendorf, the leadoff man for Melrose here in the top of the second. Here's the pitch. That one's inside, swung, and just got a piece of it. Did Middendorf to keep himself alive here. Count will stay 2 balls and 2 strikes for him. Behind him will be Connor Anderson and then Max Wielagi. Here's the pitch from Gapinski, swung on and hit towards the third baseman. Throw on to first, in time, round number 1. Good throw there to grab him out at first. Didn't rush anything, set himself up perfectly and delivered. And now Connor Anderson walks to the plate for Melrose. Gapinski readies. Here's the windup and the pitch. That's inside for ball 1. Foley leading 1-0 here in the top of the second inning. This one, similar spot, just a little bit higher in the zone for ball 2 to Anderson. on the pitch from Gapinski. Here's the 2-0. That one's going to be in there for strike one. Beautiful day out here for baseball at Joe Faber Field. Foley leading over Melrose at this point, 2-1. And he'll get him jammed up on that pitch, swing and hit, and a pop out to the shortstop for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for the Dutchman, and bringing to the plate Max Wheeloggy.
Shortstop, number 7, Max Wheeloggy.
He'll be at shortstop for the Dutchman here today. Gapinski with the pitch to him. That one swung on and popped up and over the netting here. 0-1 count for him to begin his at-bat as Gapinski with the pitch outside, but got a piece of the plate for strike 2. So an 0-2 count for Wheeloggy, and Gapinski trying to finish off the top of the second, and he does. It's a swinging miss, and that'll be out number 3. 1, 2, 3 go the Dutchman, and we move to the bottom of the second inning. It'll be the Falcons' turn again. It'll be Trey Emmerich, Derek Damon, and Jaden Enerson coming to the plate for the Falcons when we return here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK.
Welcome to the Summer of Saints. Not those Saints. We're talking about the St. Paul Saints. Listen every Friday morning all summer long. We're sending you and a friend to CHS Field to see the Saints, courtesy of Hinckley Firehouse. Listen to win all summer. The Summer of Saints. Throwing heat all summer long. Thanks to the Hinckley Firehouse and WCMP.
There's just nothing like being on the water, especially on a pontoon. Pine Toon Rental in Pine City has your next outing. Spend the day on the water in style with this 20-footer that holds up to 9 passengers. Whether you want to fish or just float, take the river, take the lake. But you've got to reserve your pontoon first. Visit pinetoonrental.com. pinetoonrental.com.
Getting set to begin the bottom of the second inning here at Joe Faber Field in St. Cloud. A beautiful day for baseball in St. Cloud. Again, sitting at about 70 degrees. We've got a nice breeze out there, gusting at about 8 miles an hour, so just under 10. It is a beautiful day. I mean, my goodness, love to be out here. Trey Emmerich to lead off for the Falcons here in the bottom of the second. Here's the first pitch to him, well outside for ball 1. That one from Ryan Herdering. 1-0 count for Emmerich, and that one's going to be outside as well for ball 2. Two-0 count now for Emmerich from Herdering, and here's the 2-0. That one's in there for strike 1. So Emmerich looks at these first 3. It's a 2-1 count for him. Herdering readies, and here's the 2-1. That one's going to be low for ball 3. A 3-1 hitters count now for Trey Emmerich, as the Falcons trying to add on to their 1-0 lead. They took back in the first. 3-1 pitch on the way from Herdering, and swing and a miss there by Emmerich. That'll make it a full count now for the leadoff man, who's playing out in right field for the Falcons today. Here's the pitch. That one swung on and hit out right to the second baseman, and it is caught for out number 1. Not an easy catch there for the second baseman. Doesn't have sunglasses on, as I can tell, and he was looking darn near right up into the sun on that catch, but he still did a good job holding on to that one. Now Derek Damon coming to the plate. We're in number 22 for the Falcons. 1 down for Foley here in the bottom of the second. Herdering. Oh, that one's going to get him right in the back, and he wears it. So Damon will wear that one, and he'll walk down to first. That'll hurt tomorrow, but for now, he takes it and will head down to first. Now the DH, number 11, Jaden Anderson. Runner at first, one down. Herdering readies. And here's the pitch. That one outside, just for ball one. And the 1-0 not going to throw it home. Instead, they'll check the runner at first, but Damon is back in time. Back on the mound for Herdering. And here's the pitch. And that one swung on, popped up towards foul territory. First baseman cannot read it. He got to it, but just couldn't get a clean read on it as he was underneath it. And that one will get down for Anderson harmlessly in foul territory. And it'll make it a 1-1 count. One down and a runner at first for Foley here in the bottom of inning number 2. They lead 1-0 over the Melrose Dutchmen as Foley is the number 2 seed. Herdering. He'll check the runner once again at first, and back easily is Damon. So Herdering will step back onto the mound. After that pickoff attempt, here's the next pitch, swung on and down into foul territory down the left field line, but that is going to be foul once again. Third baseman, he got underneath it, just couldn't read it well enough, and it will get down for a foul ball once again for Anderson. This is the second time that he's hit one into foul territory that a fielder has gotten underneath but just couldn't reel it in. And so he'll have another chance with a 1-2 count. Herdering on the mound. He readies. He's already trying to pick off Damon twice, and he will not this time. A quick pitch this time, turning up his routine there on the mound, and he'll get Anderson swinging and missing for out number 2. Throw then down to first, not in time as Damon is back safely. And now, Jace Molitor. And before the pitch to Molitor gets there, he'll first check the runner at first. He's back safely once again. That first one here to Molitor is outside for ball 1. 1-0 count now for Molitor. Herdering with the pitch. And Molitor thought about it, but he'll watch that one go in for strike number 1. Waiting on a better pitch for himself to swing on as he will allow that one to go by. 1-1 for Molitor. That one swung on and hit out towards left center. Center fielder, he's racing after it, and it's going to get down for a base hit. And that will advance the runner from first to third. And not only will it advance the runner from first to third, it'll on the base hit. Molitor will advance to second on the throw to third. So Molitor with a single, but then the throw to third allowed him to get to second base. So now, with 2 down, you got runners at second and third. And Alex Jennison to the plate. Jennison, the left-handed batter, will watch this one go by on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Just got enough of that outside part of the plate. Herdering, this next pitch is, in there on the outside part of the plate again for strike 2. Had a tough strike call for Jennison. He shrugged his shoulder as if to say, I didn't agree with that one. He keeps himself alive as he will foul that one off down the third base line. That one will go out of play in the deck over there. So 0-2 now for Jennison as he tries to bat these runners in at second and third with 2 down. Here's the pitch, and he'll keep himself alive that time. And the pitcher can't get to it in time. And then oh my goodness, an error there, a throwing error will lead to a run scoring, and then another run scoring, and then Jennison will move to second. Oh my heavens. So what should have been an out, Herdering just couldn't reel it in. And by the time he did, he bobbled it. So his third baseman tried to help him out, and by the time he got to it, he bobbled it on the throw to first, which allowed 2 runs to score. Oh, my. Well, if you're Foley, you'll take it. You lead 3-0 now with 2 outs and a runner on second. And again, with that, not only was Jennison able to reach first via the error, he was also able to advance to second because of an error. 2 throwing errors there. And now back to the top of the order for Foley, to Bryce Gapinski, and he has a 1-1 count to begin his at-bat. 2 down, runner on second. That one outside for ball 2. So what looked like the Dutchmen were going to get out of this inning, an easy throw to first, wound up being a error, and then a throwing error home. So now a 2-1 count for Gapinski. He gets this one just past the pitcher. That's going to head to the outfield, and they are going to send the runner from second. The throw is not going to be in time, and Jennison is going to score, and the Falcons, with a 2-out rally, now lead 4-0. 4-0 is the Falcon lead after that RBI single from Bryce Gapinski. So the Falcons trying to add on, as they already have. It was a fly out for Emmerich, and then a hit by pitch for Damon, and then a strikeout for Anderson would be the outs. And then Jace Molitor reached on a single, and then an error for Jennison, which got him to second, allowed those 2 runs to score. Then an RBI single for Gapinski batted Jennison home. And now at the plate, Josiah Peterson watches that one inside for ball 1. A 4-0 lead here for Foley on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard in the bottom of the second. 2 outs. And the pitcher, Herdering, will check on the runner Gapinski at first, but he is back standing up safely. And here's the pitch. That's going to be outside, well outside. And Gapinski in no man's land, but he is able just to get back on the dive to first base. Gapinski thought that one was going to get by the catcher for a pass ball, as did I. But the catcher did a great job of holding on to it, and Gapinski kind of stuck there in no man's land. He was able to dive back in time. So a 2-0 count now for Josiah Peterson. That one is outside as well, and Gapinski again caught leaning a little bit, but he does get back to first base in time. A 3-0 count now for Josiah Peterson. Herdering seems to have his confidence rattled a little bit right now, seems to be on edge a little bit on the mound, and Foley benefiting from that, as Josiah Peterson with a 3-0 count will always take on 3-0, and that one's going to be strike 1. 3-1 the count for Josiah Peterson. 2 down, runner on first. The Falcons have already scored 3 here, excuse me. Math is hard, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize, but it's 3 runs as they lead 4-1. So a swinging strike there by Peterson, and the throw down to second is going to get Gopinski for out number 3. So Gopinski will be picked off at second, but the Falcons do some damage, scoring 3 more runs, adding on to their lead, leading 4-0 here as we move forward to the top of inning number 3 at Joe Faber Field here in the Section 6 AA playoffs. Back after word from our fine sponsors.
Okay, let's get started. Counselor, give me your case.
Your Honor, I represent the kids on summer vacation. The kids that did their homework all year. Well, mostly. The kids that ate their veggies, looked out for their little sisters and brothers, and took out the trash when Dad was gone fishing. Your Honor, these kids deserve some fun this summer, like train rides, cheeseburgers, movies, whitewater rafting, or the rodeo. Fun for crying out loud. I present Exhibit A.
This week, get 18 holes of golf with a cart at Springbrook Golf Course in Mora for only $24. Case closed.
Order in the court.
WCMP Deals. Visit WCMPradio.com/deals.
When aches and pains are interfering with your daily life, Wellia Health wants to help. The sports medicine team at Wellia Health is here to help you get back to the things you love. Wellia Health has a highly skilled sports medicine team with a wide range of experiences. They are also experts in concussion management, a concern for young athletes and adults alike. No matter the injury, get back in the game with an appointment at Wellia Health. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through your MyChart account, welliahealth.org.
Top of the 3rd inning here at Joe Faber Field. Foley Falcons lead 4-0 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard over the Melrose Dutchmen. Foley has enjoyed a very good last 3, 4, 5 seasons of baseball. They've had a history of being a very good baseball team, but these last 4 or 5 have just been extra special. And this one no different. In the second round of the playoffs, they lead the Dutchmen. Now coming to the plate, Blaze Willie. He swings at the first pitch and fouls it back. Blaze Willie, the DH today for the Dutchmen. Next pitch from Gopinski is swung on, and that one is ripped down the left field line, and that is going to go foul, out of play. Left fielder racing after it, but it does go out of play, foul. Willie with an 0-2 now. Gopinski with the windup and the pitch. That one swung on, and that one's going to roll foul down the third baseline. Gopinski with another 0-2 pitch on the way. That one's in there on the outside part of the plate for strike number 3 and out number 1. He'll get him looking. Backwards K there, and now coming to the plate, it'll be number 11, Daniel Spanier. And Spanier at the plate. First pitch there, into him for ball 1. 1-0 count for Spanier. Here's the pitch from Gopinski. That's in there for strike 1. So now a quick 1-1 here for Spanier. Very interesting to see the different speeds on the mound as the routines for Gopinski and Herdering different. Gopinski quite quick out on the mound. Herdering more takes his time. This one swung on, hit towards the shortstop, thrown on to first in plenty of time for out number 2. And now coming to the plate for Melrose, Sam Wheeloggy. First pitch in there from Gopinski is in there for strike 1. Sam Wheeloggy watches this one go high. And again, Gopinski very quick on the mound, doesn't waste a lot of time. He gets the ball back and quickly winds up, and here's the next pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Makes it a 1-2 count. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah, it's about 5 seconds from the time that Kapinski gets the ball to his next pitch as the 1-2 is on the way. Swung on and missed for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Dutchman. No hits, no runs for Melrose in that top of the third, and we'll move to the bottom of said inning. Last inning, the Falcons had 2 hits and 3 runs come across the board. No errors there in the top of the third, committed by Foley. And we'll head to the bottom of the third with Josiah Pearson, who will get set to finish his at-bat. And yes, I said finish his at-bat because he had a 2-strike count, but his teammate Kapinski was thrown out stealing at second. So Josiah Pearson will get to basically redo his at-bat for the most part. As Herdering and company get it set to begin the bottom of this third. Foley leads 4-0 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. With that, I also want to thank all of our other fine sponsors who sponsor this and every other broadcast that we do. If it weren't for them, well, we wouldn't be able to come out here and broadcast any of these games. So we appreciate all the fine sponsors. Also, thanks to all of you who tune in. Appreciate all of you who tune in to these games. Give me a job to do. Appreciate that. So Josiah Pearson to the plate. Again, basically gets to redo his at-bat because he did not finish. So he'll start with a fresh slate. And the first pitch from Herdering is outside for ball 1. 1-0 count for Josiah Peterson. Herdering with the pitch. That one's outside as well for ball 2. 2-0 count for Peterson. And here's the next one. That one's going to be called ball 4. 3-0 count now for Josiah Peterson. A much better look to this at-bat than the one in the bottom of the second. With a 3-0 count, the next one is get inside, and hey, this one works out. So get to redo the at-bat, basically, and that'll be nice for Josiah Peterson as he walks down to first. So the leadoff man is on. Brett Liebich. Here's the pitch to Leach, and in there for strike 1. Herdering gets set. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch to Leach. Swung on. Right. Oh, the third baseman drops it. So, and then they should have had a force at 2. But they will not, as everyone is going to be safe. So another error there committed by Melrose. And the runners are safe at first and second. That was a line drive hit right to the shortstop, and he just couldn't hold on. Or, excuse me, the third baseman. He just couldn't hold on. Then he threw it on to second, and the second baseman couldn't grab it. So now you got 2 on via the error. And now Reed Hermanson to the plate. He swings and gets that one out towards right field. Right fielder running. Can he get to it in time? No, it's gonna get down. And that one will drop for another base hit here for the Falcons. And all of a sudden, bases are loaded with nobody out. So an error committed there that should have been at the very least 1, maybe 2 with the throw. But because the third baseman dropped the line drive, his throw to second was just a tad wide, and that led to both runners being safe at first and second. So now Trey Emmerich with a chance. As he led off last inning, he's got a chance now for an RBI to extend their lead. First one to him is low for ball 1. Emmerich lines up in the left-handed batter's box here for the Falcons. Falcons in a great position now to blow this lead wide open for themselves. Next pitch is out. Oh, it's going to be in there on the outside part of the plate for strike one. So now for Trey Emmerich, it is a 1-1 count. Bases loaded, nobody down here in the bottom of the third. Falcons already lead 4-0. That one's going to be low for ball 2 to Emmerich. Good block there, though, by Rosenberger, and he'll keep the runners at bay. 2-1 count for Emmerich. Herdering, readies. Here's the pitch. That's outside for ball 3. 3-1 count now for Trey Emmerich, the right fielder for the Falcons. A base hit here scores at least 2. That one swung on, and that's going to get down. That'll be a base hit. It'll be 1 run. They will hold that runner at third, so it will only score 1. An RBI single there for Emmerich. But they do score the run, and the bases will stay loaded.
Now hitting for the Falcons is
Derek
number
Diamond.
22, Derek Davis.
Going to the plate for Foley. Pitch here from Herdering. That's going to be in there for strike 1. He's getting those outside parts of the plate. He's hit him a few times, but Foley is being patient here at the plate, and with the bases loaded, getting to Herdering a little bit. Here's the next pitch. Oh, and a late swing there by Dahman. That'll make it 0-2, so Dahman with a late swing decision might keep a run off the board. 0-2 count for Dahman. Here's the pitch from Herdering, and Dahman will keep himself alive following that one back, and the ball decides it wasn't done. It wants to play more. It rolls from the backstop back onto the field. They'll just give it to the ump, though, and maybe that ball will get in rotation once again. Everyone's hero. Maybe haven't seen that movie, but everyone's hero, that ball trying to get to Babe Ruth and has a home run ball. It's a long story. Dahman follows this one off to keep himself alive once again. 0-2. Herdering readies. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one's off the plate for ball 1. Ball 1, and Brett Leach, he wanted to go, but he will have to stay at third. 1-2 count now for Dahman. Herdering readies. Here's the pitch. That's high for ball 2. So after battling to keep himself alive, 0-2, it's now a 2-2 strike count for Derek Dahman. Last at bat, he was hit by a pitch. This one, 2-2 count. Herdering with the pitch. That one's outside, and that'll run the count full now for Derek Dahman. Nobody out, bases loaded here for Foley. They have already scored a run here in this inning on the RBI signal from Trey Emmerich. That one swung on and pop foul back out of play. So that will keep the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes for Derek Dahman. Herdering readies. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss by Dahman. Reaching on that one outside for out number 1. So the Falcons now with 1 out here in the bottom of inning number 3. They lead 5-0 on that Brace Orthodontics scoreboard. Now to the plate, Jaden Anderson. Anderson last time out, swung and missed at strike 3. He'll watch this one go by, high for ball 1. One 0 count, Pitch on the way. That one swung and hit out towards left center. Left fielder under it, grabs it, and that will score a run on the sac fly from third. So a sac fly there for Jaden Enerson. Give him the RBI. That is out number 2, and that will make it 6-0. Foley with the lead on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. So bases are no longer loaded. Bases no longer loaded for the Falcons, and now to the plate, Jace Molitor. He hit a single last inning. He'd like to get one, if not 2 here. Oh, this one inside, nearly got him. He ducks out of the way for ball 1. Jace Molitor with a 1-0 count now. That one swung on, hit right back up the middle, and that will score 1, and that will hold the runner from first at second. So an RBI single there for Jace Molitor. Will score the runner from second. Jace Molitor with an RBI single to make it 7-0 for Foley. And Alex Jennison now coming to the plate. Reached on an error, a wild error last inning that led to run scoring. Now one high and outside for ball 1 to Jennison. Runners at first and second, 2 down. Jennison swings and misses on that one. Frustrated with himself there in the left-handed batter's box, but only a 1-1 count for him, so he'll step back in and ready up again. And here's the pitch from Herdering. Ooh, that one, ooh. Wow, that one got him good. It bounced off of him towards the Foley dugout. So he will be hit by the pitch and reload the bases. And now with that, we'll roll over to the top of the order once again for Bryce Gapinski. But before that, we're going to get a mound visit here for Melrose. And while they take a mound visit, we'll take a moment to hear word from our fine sponsors here on KBEK.
Interested in raising funds for your school or organization? Burnett Dairy Cooperative is now participating in cheese fundraisers. Raise funds by selling cheese to your friends and family and supporting our local farmers. Please call us at 715-689-2053 to find out more.
24/7, 365. We've got what you need at the Pine City Freeway Holiday Station Store. You probably know your Pine City Holiday Station Store off 35 is easy to find, very clean, the staff is always friendly, and is open 24/7, 365. But did you know we do propane fills, have a brand new EV charging station, and a dog walking area? So if you need a hot cup of coffee, the tank topped off, or a jug of milk on the way home, we got what you need at the Freeway Holiday Station Store in Pine City.
Mound visit over. Bryce Gapinski works to the plate. Left-handed batter's box. He watches this one in there for strike 1. Bases once again loaded here for Foley. 2 down. And Gapinski at the plate. He hit an RBI back last inning. He'd love to do so here. An RBI base hit could score 2. And this one not going to be enough. So that hit on to first. And the first baseman will do it himself. He'll step on to first for out number 3. But the Falcons do some damage. 3 hits. Plenty of runs. 3 hits, 4 runs in the inning. And another error there committed by the Dutchman. So we will move on. No, not to the 6th or 7th. Only to the 4th. Yes, we are only in the 4th inning, as we are here at Joe Faber Field in St. Cloud. The Falcons leading the Melrose Dutchman 7-0 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. We'll be back after word from our fine sponsors for the start of inning number 4.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
WCMP Sports, local sports.
Past the 25, to the 20, to the 15. He's going to high step into the end zone. Touchdown!
Slips one, slips a second, able to get away for Sluka. Back underneath, far side, and a goal to the lane, and just gets the roll. Wow.
Pine City, Mora, Hinkley Finlayson, East Central, Branham, Rush City, Malacca, North Branch. Find out who's playing next at WCMPradio.com.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK. Ethan Game Day Gilman bringing you all the action from this Section 6AA playoff matchup here in St. Cloud, where the Foley Falcons, your Foley Falcons, lead over the Melrose Dutchmen 7-0. Leading off the top of the fourth for Melrose is going to be Anthony Burscheit. First pitch to him is high for ball one. He reached on a single back in the first, but was part of a double play as Dobmeyer lined out, and then he was unfortunately the victim on out number two as he was caught in between. Can't blame him, though, because, I mean, it seemed like that was going to be a base hit anyways. 2-0 count here for Burscheit, and then he swings on that one. A half swing, half-hearted swing into the netting here for strike one. So 2-1 count for Burscheit, and next one is in there for strike two. Kapinski will even the count for him at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. Outside, and that'll run the count full. Full count pitch on the way. Swung on, popped up into foul territory. Can Foley get to it? No. And that'll get down for a foul for the Dutchman. And Burscheit. Excuse me. As coming up on 5:30, the Falcons, if they win, they'll be back here tomorrow night playing at 7 p.m. If not, if they lose, they'll play at 4:30. That one is in there for strike three, and he'll get Burscheit looking for out number one. Braden Dobmeyer to the plate now. Again, he was the first out in that line-out double play. Kapinski with the pitch, swung on and fouled back. To make it at 0-1. One down for the Dutchman. Here's the pitch from Kapinski on 0-1. That one's going to travel outside for a 1-1 count. 1-1 pitch on the way from Kapinski, and it's low for ball two. Kapinski's been in control for the most part. He's had a few that have gotten away from him, but for the most part, he's done a good job mixing up the pitches and staying in front. This one going to be in there for strike two. That'll leave the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes now for Braden Dobmeyer. Here's the pitch. That one swung on, out to left center. Both will race after it, but it's going to get down. That's going to bounce once and then hit the fence out there in left. And the throw will get the runner to hold at second, but it is going to be a double for Braden Dobmeyer. And a one-out double will put Isaac Rosenberger to the plate. The Falcons scored 1 and then 3 in the last 2 innings. And again, sometimes for a team, all you need is a little bit of a spark. That's what they got there in the first. Even though they only got the 1 run, you could just tell it did provide a spark for them. And then in the second and third, they scored 3 runs in each of those innings. We will get a courtesy runner at second. And Nathan Welly, to the bag at 2 for the courtesy runner. And we get set for Rosenberger's at bat. Kapinski with the pitch. That's in there for strike 1. Quick check to second before he threw in that pitch for strike 1. Kapinski with the 0-1 pitch. That one swung on and hit out towards center. Got a good read on it, and nice job making that catch. A nice side shuffle, traveling backwards, and he holds on for out number 2. Good read there by the center fielder. Maybe got up to it a little too quickly, but then he traveled and kept his eye on it. Now to the plate for Melrose, Weston Middendorf. 2 down for the Dutchman, and the Falcons trying to get themselves out of the top of the 4th. First pitch in there to Middendorf is strike 1. Kapinski readies. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Half-hearted swing. We're going to say he held off. And that will be ball 1. So 1-1 count now for Middendorf. Kapinski with the next pitch. That's low for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike for Middendorf. Kapinski allowed the double here in this one, trying to finish off the top of the 4th, but that one's going to be low for ball 3. So 3 balls and 1 strike now for Middendorf, the cleanup batter. Kapinski trying to help his team hold on to this 7-0 lead. Here's the pitch. That's high for ball 4. And that is the first walk Kapinski has thrown. So now runners on first and second. And Connor Anderson will be up next to the plate. And Kapinski and the infield, along with Coach, are going to have a word there on the mound. So while they do that, we'll take a quick commercial break here. Word from our fine sponsors here on KBK.
Arrowhead Transit plays a pivotal role in bolstering the communities it serves. By providing accessible and reliable transportation, they ensure essential travel for work, education, and health care. Arrowhead Transit is customer-centric, continuously evolving to meet the needs of the community with initiatives like community outreach programs, job fairs, and educational workshops, and more. Arrowhead Transit is more than just a transportation service. It is a vital part of the communities it supports. Your connection, your community. Arrowhead Transit, your ride.
Quick conference on the mound, and now Connor Anderson to the plate for Melrose. Kapinski with the pitch. That one swung on and popped foul into the stands. Everybody's okay. Someone gets a souvenir, though. Beautiful day to be out there in the stands for this baseball game here at Joe Faber Field in St. Cloud. Just a gorgeous afternoon. As Kapinski with the 0-1. That one's going to stay high for ball 1. So Kapinski here has left one over the middle for a double for Dobmeyer, and then a 5-pitch walk for Middendorf. As the 1-1 pitch to Anderson is in there for strike 2. 1-2 count now for Anderson, as Kapinski tries to help his team out of the top of the 4th inning. And with this, you might think that maybe Foley will now have an opportunity to get back, get some more runs, but because of this longer inning in the field, maybe they've cooled off a bit, but hopefully not the case. They need 3 more runs to get that 10-run rule in the 5th. Kapinski with the 2-2. That one swung on and hit out towards left field and into foul territory, and it will go out of play. The left fielder, a great read on it. He fouled it all the way, but it goes out of play down that left field line. And it will... Everyone will come back, and it will be a 2-2 count for Anderson. Kapinski will step off, gather himself, and now back to the rubber. And here's the pitch. That one's in there for strike 3, and he'll get him looking for out number 3. Backwards K again for out number 3. So the Dutchmen get 1 hit, no runs though, and no errors committed there by Foley. And now we'll head on over to the bottom of this inning, where the Foley Falcons will look to add on 3 more runs and then look for 3 outs to make it an early exit here after 5 innings. But we'll have to wait and see with the longer inning there in the top of the 4th. Will their bats be as hot as they have been the first 3 innings after that long inning, or will they have cooled off? We're obviously hoping that they have stayed hot here as we move down to the bottom of the 4th. Back after word from our fine sponsors here on KBEK.
At Wellia Health, our goal is to help you live life well at every age and every stage. If you've been busy taking care of everything else but neglecting your own personal health, don't let another year go by without making yourself a priority. Get an annual checkup. Please schedule an appointment at Wellia Health today. Call us at 320-679-1313 or welliahealth.org.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance today at townandcountry-ins.com or stop in our offices in Finlayson, Hinckley, and Mora.
Bottom of the 4th, just about set to get started. Herdering still on the mound for Melrose. I believe, anyways. Yeah. Might actually be, no, we're going to get a new pitcher here for Melrose. I thought so. So Herdering goes 3. Stepping in here in the 4th is going to be Braden Dobmeyer. So Herdering goes 3. He gave up 7 runs. Now coming to the plate to begin the 4th inning, Josiah Peterson. A new pitcher here for the Dutchman, again in Braden Dobmeyer. First pitch from Dobmeyer is outside for ball 1. So Melrose looking to go a little bit of a different direction on the mound after giving up 7 runs in the first 3 innings, trying to hold off, trying to keep Foley from scoring the next 3 they need, as this one is swung on and hit by Josiah Peterson out towards center field. The center fielder's onto it. That's going to beat him, and that's going to 2-hop the fence. Josiah Peterson wanting extra, but he'll only get to second. He was booking it. He wanted that leadoff triple, but the center fielder did a good job to rally, get to the ball. But Josiah Peterson, nonetheless, with a leadoff double for your Foley Falcons. Looks like we may actually get a courtesy runner for Peterson out there at second. That courtesy runner. Can't see who it is. So I cannot see who that courtesy runner is. But Brett Leach coming to the plate, and he's got a runner on second with nobody out. Runner on second, nobody out. First pitch to Leach is in there on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. And if I can see correctly, I think that's 25 out there at second, which would be Jordan Lewandowski. Next pitch here is swung on and hit towards the shortstop. Throw on to first is going to be in time. Oh, and then the courtesy runner there at second. No, he's not going to be out at third, as they're going to say third baseman bobbled it. Yeah, the Lewandowski, he got caught there. He should have been running the whole way, but he paused on his run for some reason. Leach is going to ground out for out number one, but Peterson, or I should say Lewandowski, is going to be safe at third somehow. And that is going to be out number one. And Leach, Reed Hermanson to the plate. Last at bat, he singled. And this one outside. So 2-0 count for Reed Hermanson. Two-0 pitch on the way, swung on, and that's a little looper just past the second baseman, and it will get down, and it will score the run. So an RBI single there by Reed Hermanson. Will score the run, and that'll make it 8-0 in favor of the Falcons.
Next up is number 2.
Now coming to the plate, Trey Emmerich. Runner on first, one down. Here's the pitch. That one's inside, and it did get him. So Emmerich will be hit by the pitch, and he'll move on down to first. Hermanson down to second. Runners at those bases with one down. Now to the plate, Derek Dahman will get a courtesy runner there at first, and the courtesy runner will be number 8, Chase Daler. So Dahman at the plate now. Dahman on the day. 0 for 1. He was hit by pitch back in the second and struck out in the third. He's got one down. Runners on first and second. Bottom of the fourth. Foley leads 8-0. And that one is a swing and a miss there by Dahman. A late decision to swing. Good pitch for him to swing at, but just a late decision as Braden Dobmeyer on the mound now. That one is in there for strike 2. So an 0-2 count now for Dahman. Here's the pitch from Dobmeyer, and Dahman just going to keep himself alive as he fouls that one off. The 0-2 count here, and Dobmeyer readies. Here's the pitch. Dahman, and that one, going to be called ball, so it'll be a 1-2 count now for Dahman. Runners at first and second, one down. Next pitch on the way. Oh, that one right back at the pitcher. That just gets by him. He's okay. Everyone else is okay. And that's going to score a run from second. And the runner from first is going to be tagged out at third. And Dahman will go to second. So that will score a run. Dahman, the RBI. And Emmerich thrown out at third for out number 2. So it's an RBI single and 2 outs. It's a 9-0 lead for the Falcons here in the bottom of the fourth. Runner at second for Jaden Anderson. That one's going to bounce, and being aggressive is Dahman, and he is into third safely. Aggressive base running there. The Falcons want that 10th run as they try to get him into position to score that 10th run. Of course, then they would need those 3 outs in the top of the 5th. Melrose, their bats kind of got a little bit hot there last inning, so it's not a guaranteed thing, but He is closer. Anderson. That one is inside, and ooh. Dahman thought about it, but he will stop and return to third. That one didn't roll enough away for him to try and attempt to run home. So a 2-0 count now for Jaden Anderson. Meyer gets set. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one swung on. That'll score the run needed. So that will score the run, make it 10-0, and Foley, once we dip on over to the top of the fifth, we'll just need 3 outs, and that would be the victory. But those 3 outs going to be easier said than done. Another RBI single there, this time for Anderson. It's 10-0, runner on first with 2 down in the bottom of the fourth. Jay Smolleter will head to the plate. 2 for 2 today. This will be the 3rd consecutive inning he has made his way to the plate into the batter's box. So Braden Dobmeyer will get set. Jay Smolleter, of course, the Falcons would like to add on here. Of course, you want to make it a little bit more than 10. You want to give yourselves a little bit of room. That way, if Melrose gets the bats going like they did kind of a little bit the top of the fourth, give yourself a little bit of room. That way, if they do score a run, then you don't need to score one more in the bottom of the fifth. You can just keep it at 10 runs. Throw over to first, well behind as Anderson is back safely. Dobmeyer readies. Here's the 3-0 count to Molitor, and that one going to be fouled up towards the press box here. So it'll be a 3-1 count for Jace Molitor. 1-1 count for Molitor. Here's the pitch, and that is swung on and missed, and now count moves to 1-2. It looks like we will have the next batter be someone new instead of Jennison, so we'll keep an eye on that if we get to that batter. A 1-2 count is swung on and missed, though, by Molitor, so we will not get to the next at-bat. That'll be out number 3, but Falcons do more damage, as they score 3 more runs here on 4 hits. 4 hits, 3 runs for the Falcons, and they have the 10-0 lead going into the top of the fifth. The Falcons will need just 3 outs, and that would give them the victory here in this playoff game, and that would send them to play tomorrow night here at 7 o'clock. But first, we'll get a word from our fine sponsors, then we'll be set for inning number 5 here on KBEK.
There's just nothing like being on the water, especially on a pontoon. Pine Toon Rental in Pine City has your next outing. Spend the day on the water. Cruise between Cross Lake and Pekegama Lake. Over 20 miles of shoreline with several stops along the way. And start creating memories that'll last a lifetime. But you've got to reserve your pontoon first. Visit pinetoonrental.com. pinetoonrental.com.
Hi, this is Sarah from Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Do you know about our propane customer referral program? It's simple and rewarding. Refer a qualified new Burnett Dairy propane customer and you'll receive a $100 credit to your account. Terms and conditions apply. Call 715-689-1032 for details and follow our Burnett Dairy General Store Facebook page. Share the warmth with Burnett Dairy, your trusted propane partner.
As we move now to the top of the 5th inning, leading off for the Melrose Dutchman is Max Wielogge. And he deals with a 1-1 count as this pitch from Gapinski. Oh, it's a slow roller down the third base line, but foul. And if you're Melrose, you're okay with that kind of one, because if that's fair, he's safe by a mile just because of how slow that one's going down the third base line, but it goes foul. So for Foley, you're pretty happy that one went foul because you don't want a base runner. You need 3 outs here, and that will end the game. That's in there for strike 3, and Wheeloggy will go down looking. And if you're Melrose, that's a situation where you got to be swinging. Got to be swinging there. The season won't be over for Melrose if they do lose here in this one, as they will play in the elimination bracket. But at this point, you just want to be swinging at those things. First pitch in here is called strike 1, which will be Jackson Singer. And it's now an 0-2 count for Singer. Jackson Singer outside for ball 1. One-two count from Gapinski is on its way. That one swung on and hit right at the shortstop for out number 2. So a little liner to the shortstop for out number 2, and this should be it, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, if you're a Falcon fan, this will be the final out, and then you'll have to just come back here tomorrow and watch them again. Daniel Spanier to the plate. 0 for 1 today. That one is in there for strike 1. So Gapinski has made quick work of this game on the mound. He's done a really good job here today. Only allowed the 2 hits, no runs. His team has not committed an error here in this game, as it's a 1-1 count now for Daniel Spanier. Next pitch from Gapinski is high for ball 2. Spanier thought about it, but he holds off. Foley needs 2 more strikes to finish off this game and get out of here with the win. That one's outside. Going to be a 3-1 count now for Daniel Spanier. And again, if you're Foley, a base runner won't hurt you. That one's going to be ball 4. So it won't hurt you, but it does certainly not please you at all. So while you'd like to leave the bases empty, it's going to be Sam Wheeloggy to the plate. Gapinski will try and help his team finish it off. That one's going to be high. A little bit inside for ball 1. So Gapinski trying to finish off the game. His team leads 10-0 here in the top of the 5th. 1-0 pitch. That one is swung on. Hit right back to Gapinski. He grabs it, turns around, throws to first for the final out, and the victory for Foley. So that will do it here in this one. No hits, no runs for the Dutchman here in this inning, and it will be a win for the Foley Falcons after 5. They only needed 5. It was a quick start to the game, and they just continued through the first 4 innings as they win 10-0 here over the Dutchman. We'll let you know what's coming up for Foley tomorrow, as they will be back here to play once again. So stay tuned. We'll get a word from our fine sponsors, then be back to recap this game, let you know what's coming up for us and for Foley here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners, with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
Okay, let's get started. Counselor, give me your case.
Your Honor, I represent the kids on summer vacation. The kids that did their homework all year. Well, mostly. The kids that ate their veggies. Looked out for their little sisters and brothers. And took out the trash when Dad was gone fishing. Your Honor, these kids deserve some fun this summer. Like train rides, cheeseburgers, movies, whitewater rafting, or the rodeo. Fun for crying out loud. I present Exhibit A.
This week, save hundreds on Throttle RX in Danbury, Wisconsin. tons of adrenaline, and 3 packages to choose from. Case closed.
Order in the court.
WCMP deals. Visit WCMPradio.com/deals.
Promoting good health in children is the best way to ensure they'll enjoy good health as adults. Don't skip out on your children's wellness appointments. Call Wellia Health today at 320-679-1313 to set up a Well Child visit. Our friendly family medicine providers love to support young families by helping your children stay healthy, active, and feeling their very best. WelliaHealth.org.
Burnett Dairy Cooperative, real farms, real flavor. Visit us online at burnettdairy.com.
Yeah, thanks to them and all of our fine sponsors who sponsored this and every other broadcast that we do here on both KBK and WCMP. Taking a look at the stats here for the Foley Falcons, going all 5 innings was Bryce Kapinski, faced 18 batters, only allowed the 2 hits, no runs, walked 2, and struck out 6 here in 5 innings as he helps the Falcons to a 10-0 victory after 5. Started back in the first with 1 run, and then it was 3 in the next 3 innings. 3 in the second, 3 in the third, and 3 in the fourth helped them to this 10-0 victory as they will move on and play tomorrow. Now, they will play here tomorrow night against the winner of Piers and St. Cloud Cathedral. That game coming up here at 7. So Foley will be back here at this field at 7 p.m. tomorrow night against the winner of Piers and St. Cloud Cathedral. And as we take a look at Foley's season, they have played Piers. They lost to them once and beat them late in the season 4-3, so a 1-1 record against them. They did beat St. Cloud Cathedral twice this year, 11-3 and 3-2, so got to be feeling confident about who they'll be facing. Then if they were to win tomorrow night, they would head to the semifinal against any one of 4 teams. We won't get into that because there's just too many to look at. But if they were to win tomorrow night, they'd be in the semifinal, which would take place next Monday at Dick Putz Field, which is the field right across from us, which is playing game to Holdingford and Staples Motley right now, and then Annandale and Albany later on. So for Albany, this is a victory here, or for Albany. For Foley, this is the victory here, 10-0 over the Melrose Dutchmen. The Falcons will move on and continue their fantastic season tomorrow and play the winner of Piers and St. Cloud Cathedral. Be sure to stay tuned to both KBK and WCMP, as coming up tomorrow, we'll have on KBK and WCMP, Bram. They will be playing against West Lutheran in their Section 4 Single A softball championship game. That'll be played down at the University of Northwestern St. Paul. So be sure to tune back in to KBK tomorrow for that game. And then after that, well, we're not sure quite yet. It's all depending on baseball, softball, what everybody does there. But Friday, it looks like we will be having some town ball on our airwaves. The Mora Blue Devils will host the Hinckley Knights. We'll have that one on if the rain holds off. Of course, we don't want the equipment to get wet. So if rain will hold off, then we will be out there for that one. But in this one, the Falcons get the victory 10-0 over the Dutchmen. Again, it started early with that 1 run in the first, and that just kind of seemed to be the spark that the Falcons needed as they got 3 runs in the next 3 innings to get the victory here, 10-0 over the Melrose Dutchmen. They'll await the winner of Piers and St. Cloud Cathedral here tomorrow night at 7, and if they win that game, then they'll play in the semifinal game next Monday over at Dick Putz Field. For KBK, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in. Of course, thanks to all of our fine sponsors who sponsored this and every other broadcast that we do. Of course, I want to thank you for tuning in. You give me a job to do, so I appreciate that. Of course, stay tuned to the morning shows on this very station, 95.5 FM, KBK, with Rock and Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30. Then over on 100.9 FM with Joshua Miron at 7:45 and 8:45. That's when you can catch your local sports updates. We'll talk this game. All the other games going on in our local listening area, plus regional and some national sports as well. Of course, if you're listening to this game on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. That way you're notified anytime we go live with a local sporting event. Of course, this audio only due to MSHSL restrictions, and we will very gladly comply with those as we like coming out here. We don't want to not come back, so we enjoy coming out. But be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube, because even though it's audio only, it is still on our YouTube, so be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube, as well as stay tuned to our radio stations. Of course, stay tuned to our websites, kbk.com, wcmpradio.com, our Facebook pages, KBK and WCMP Radio, and our Twitter at WCMP Radio for all things local sports. Breaking news, game recaps of games that we were at, interviews, coaches leaving, LOIs being signed, records being broken, all that stuff you can find over on our socials and our websites. Of course, broadcast schedule can be found at WCMPradio.com. Go to the Sports tab, click on broadcast schedule. That will show you the games coming up for this week. And, of course, that is subject to change, so just be aware of that. Just sometimes that I do notice that people see it and they think, oh, that is for sure. Well, no, they are subject to change, so just be aware of that. Sometimes those do get changed around. The final here on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard in this Section 6 AA playoff game, the Foley Falcons beat the Melrose Dutchmen 10-0 and will advance to the Section 6 AA quarterfinals tomorrow night and play against the winner of Piers and St. Cloud Cathedral. For Nice 95.5 FM KBEK, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks again for tuning in. Thanks so much. Remember, be kind to everyone. You never know what someone's going through. Your kindness could make their day. The final for the final time on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard, Falcons 10, Dutchmen nothing. For KBEK Nice 95.5, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Have a great rest of your night.